Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I posted here. I guess just like lack of motivation in finals week and tons of interviews for co-op for next year have happened, and I just kind of let my content calendar go. I've been talking a little bit more about it on stories, but I'm back with my 2022 plan with me, and I'm so excited for what 2022 is going to bring with my planners and my organization system and school and even life. Honestly, there's a lot of exciting things that are hopefully going to happen in 2022. But yeah, so I am just kind of walking you through my Hobonichi right now. So this is my Hobonichi cousin. At the beginning of the video, you guys could see on top of it my Hobonichi Techo A6, which is like the original version of the Hobonichi, so it just has daily pages in it. There's no weekly pages, and you guys will see the inside and the setup of all of that, don't worry. But right now we are using stickers from Sterling ink to decorate the pages of my 2022 Hobonichi cousin. So this is a full year cousin, so it differs from last year where my cousin was half the year. It went from July to December in one book, just those 6 months. And they do make an AVEC is what it's called for a half year. They do make an AVEC, and you can buy like both books, so January to June and then July to December. You can do that for every year, but this year I decided to buy one full book, and I decided that my A6 Hobonichi is going to be the one that has more like scrapbooky stuff in it. I already know that I'm not going to stick to this. I like stickers too much. I like putting in pictures too much into my cousin just because of the extra space that every day has, so I think my cousin's gonna get real chunky by the end of the year, but it'll definitely be fun to at least give it a shot, and then I'll know for 2023 if this planning system is something that I decide to stick with. I'll know at that point that I need to get an AVEC, even though I definitely should have for this year, but it's fine. So these Sterling ink stickers I got actually on Black Friday, and they came just in time for this plan with me, thankfully. They cover up a lot of the pages in the beginning that I actually don't use, but I just kind of thought it would be a fun thing to try out. You'll see in a little bit I actually have a pretty big struggle with these stickers, with the big sticker that's coming up at some point. Yeah, I have a big struggle with that one, and I can't even remember what I ended up doing. I had the footage of me fixing it and putting it back on. I took it off, I put it back on, I put it back on with permanent adhesive from Tombow. This sticker was like a struggle for me, and my friend and I were actually laughing about it after the fact. But yeah, that big sticker was just too, like, it was too hard to get it to go on straight without wrinkling the back of the next page, which is actually an important page because it's where I have my habit tracker and my current cousin. It's those pages, those like index pages. And just to talk a little bit about what those pages are going to be, I do have stickers for those pages, so don't worry, we're going to actually see them. But those pages are actually going to be like a Calendex type of system. The Calendex is a system created by Eddie Hope, and it's like an index system for bullet journaling usually, but what I'm going to do is basically on every line of the pages in the index in the Hobonichi cousin, which is dated because there are no like page numbers in a Hobonichi cousin. You can really only find things based on the date because that's like the identifier for a page. If I take notes, if I brainstorm, if I don't know, anything about what I've written on that day, I'll just put a little bit of a blurb on that in the index so that I can refer back to it. So if I don't know, brainstorm YouTube videos on January 17th, then I'll go to the index and write that in, just so it's easier to refer back if I take like class notes in my Hobonichi for some reason, or write down a reminder for something. I'll put it in the front so that I can refer back to it and it doesn't get lost in the sea of pages. But yeah, as you can see, I got by fine with those little stickers, and then I flipped the page and realized that the big sticker was actually wrinkling the page that I'm talking about with the index, so I do end up taking that sticker off. I did put it back on. I did it off camera after the fact, after the camera cuts at the end of this video, but I'm sure you will see pictures of it on Instagram. I'm sure it looks atrocious. I'm never going to refer back to this page. I already know that, so it's not the end of the world to me, but it was definitely not the greatest sticker experience. And there's another bit of a sticker struggle towards the end that I'll talk about once we get there. But yeah, it was more important to me to have that page be like flat and functional, since the index is a page that I'm actually going to use. So I just took it off. But the stickers for this index cover up the months, so it's like pretty, like the months are written in a pretty script, and then it covers up the red and gray. The red and gray and the Hobonichi represent, I know one of them is Sundays and the other one I think are holidays. I'm not entirely sure, the cousin doesn't come in an English version, but it's just something that's not useful to me as somebody that lives in the United States, so I decided to cover them up with these stickers. I think it turned out really nice. I really like how like simple and small they are. They fit perfectly, obviously. Sterling Ink has very, very nice quality stickers, and I really enjoyed putting on the smaller stickers for the most part. But yeah, so I am using 2 Hobonichis for 2022. That is a decision that I made after the fact, after buying my 2022 cousin, because I knew I wanted a cousin. I knew I wanted to keep the system going because it's something that's been so helpful to me, but I wasn't sure about getting an AVEC, and I'm not like 100% sure how I want to use them both either. I think that I want my A6 cousin to be the one that travels with me, and my A6 Hobonichi, I'm sorry, to be the one that travels with me, and my cousin to be the one to stay home, partly because it's in like a white cover and I don't want to get that dirty or spilled on or anything, or like scuffed up in my backpack, but also just because the A6 is obviously smaller, it's half the size, so I think that would be easier for like my everyday to-do lists. I'm trying to think of what else, but I do still spend a decent amount of time at home working, so having my cousin like out on my desk to write down notes while I'm at home is totally fine too. And obviously I have a whole year to change my mind, so everything that I'm saying might not apply in like a month or a few weeks or something like that. Okay, but anyways, putting on all of these stickers, they were super easy to line up. I think there's like 1 month that I like screwed it up a little bit, and I was just kind of like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm over it. But for the most part, they were super easy to stick on. They don't add too much bulk, but the Hobonichi paper, the Tomo rubber paper, is so thin that you can actually see that I put stickers in it already. So I think we're gonna have a thick year. I think we're in for a bulky planner this year. But yeah, what else can I talk about? I'm trying to think. It's a lot of sticker placing, to be honest, in this first setup, because there's not a ton that I can do yet, because the daily pages don't start until January 1st, and it's December 17th when I'm filming this, so there's almost nothing that I can do in here. I think this is the month where I screwed it up a little bit. It's a little bit hard to get sticker, like the end of the sticker, to stay when you have nails on, because your nails can't really grip it that well. I know a lot of people use tweezers. I wish that I had used tweezers. I think they would have been really helpful. So I might have to go and pick up some craft tweezers. Okay, so my whole 2022, this is like all of the Sterling Ink stickers right in the front of my journal, and then just kind of showing you guys the cousin has, it starts with a December calendar and then goes into January. So this is also from Sterling Ink, from her Facebook group. The cover, the January cover, is from her Facebook group. It's a free printable that she puts out every month, and she also sells them as sticky notes. So you can, there's like a template and you can put sticky notes on there. But now we're hopping into my little A6. So I've already started habit tracking in here just because this happens to have December. So I was just kind of playing around with what that would look like in here. I'm still using my 5 Tombow colors, even though there's room for 10 things, just because I thought adding another thing would be too complicated, like another task, I mean, it would be too complicated. But I do also habit track on my phone, so I will admit that I haven't touched this in a couple days and I'm trying to remember what it looks like. I don't have it right in front of me, but I'm also backlogging in here, so you guys are literally watching me backlog, which is something that happens pretty often when it comes to habits. I just kind of try to look back at my calendar to remember what I've done that day. Like if I don't know, during the school year, like I would have to wake up at X amount of time to be able to go to the gym and get ready for class, so I knew that I woke up on time that day, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so habit tracking will happen in here. I'm trying to think of what else. I'll show you guys my little calendar in a second. So the A6 has calendar spreads in it, and I decided that I wanted to do memory keeping in there in some way. So for December, I'm actually doing it already because there's a December calendar. I've been doing like a little bit of lettering with a blurb about the day. I wrote, trying to think, my holiday party for my internship happened. My first day at Warby Parker happened. I got my COVID booster. So that kind of stuff, just kind of writing down like some sort of memory from the day. And I figured I like that. I don't love that, but I like it, and I can always change it for the next month, which is totally fine. But yeah, I really want to like utilize the pages more, because I feel like with my monthly pages and my cousin, I kind of have it down pat of like, I put in my homework assignments, I put in work meetings, appointments, that kind of stuff, and use my color key. But in this A6, I really wasn't sure how I would use a calendar page, so hopefully that all works out. This is that spread that I'm talking about. I'm backlogging a little bit. I don't think I do every day. But yeah. It's really fun to just pick up a pen with a color and just kind of write down or letter in something from that day that I enjoyed. And then I'm just flipping through and showing you guys the pages that are included in here. Both journals have a turning the page to the new year spread, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with them. I think I'm going to write in the A6, the littler one, the smaller one. And then in the cousin, I think I'm going to do some sort of vision board type spread with some writing. Again, not sure at all whatsoever, but there will be a January plan with me, so you guys will get to see that then. So you will see that spread when it happens, don't worry. But there's just one last thing that I wanted to show you guys. So the Hobonichi cousin, because it has weeks, whatever week that the first falls in, they include that week. So the first is on a Saturday, so they include that whole week, even though it's just 2 days in 2022. I can't even remember what year it is. But I got these date covers from Sterling Ink. I make my own date covers. You guys have seen my stickers. I showed some of them in the front, but I wanted to try out some more Sterling Ink stickers, so I got like a ton of her date covers. So that's what I'm putting in here. These were also, for some reason, so hard for me to put down. I'm not entirely sure why. I pulled them up on my phone because I couldn't figure out how you place them first. But I don't know why it was such a struggle for me to put these down. I think they're really little, first of all, but I don't know, just like I struggled to put these on for some reason. They're really, really pretty. I really love them. I'm definitely going to use all of the sheets because I have a ton of them, but I don't know why. They were just like really hard for me to put down, but I wanted to just put those stickers down as something to just kind of kick off 2022, because I will be moving into this cousin on December 27th, so I just have one more week in my current cousin, which is so exciting. I actually haven't been using it that much in December, but I think that part of my brain has like already jumped into this one and really wants to get into using this one, so that's a little bit of the problem with that. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited to try out this system. I'm also using a digital planner, so there's going to be a video about that later this week. I kind of hobbled together a bunch of different digital planners that I have from Etsy, so you guys will get to see what all of that looks like on my iPad. I have a little screen recording and everything set up for you. But yeah, this is where I leave you. We are all set up for 2022 and my cousin, and I'm so excited to set up for January for you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!